Greetings, friends, family, and fellow commanders. My name is Cmdr Parabolus, and I am reporting to you from Mount Custard, a planet in a supernova remnant somewhere in the Centaurus Reach, 4,000 light-years from Sol. I and 56 other commanders are currently embarked on the longest duration exploration expedition in the history of mankind, the SHEPARD Mission. I am currently piloting my Falcon de Lacy Anaconda deep-range surveyor class named the Temptress. As expedition leader, it is my responsibility to document the journey, our adventure, into the farthest reaches of the galaxy, the most epic points of interest, and the rarest astronomical anomalies, all in the name of science. As such, I am recording a regular video log roughly every 2 weeks along our route and sending that transmission back to inhabited space. This is the first recording of the SHEPARD Mission, through which I am tasked the responsibility to outline the mission objectives and aims of the SHEPARD Mission. Stay tuned for the next video, which will cover how exactly I got to this location in our galaxy. But let us begin at the beginning.
T-minus 15 seconds. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
All right, liftoff, and the clock is starting.
To honor Alan Shepard, the second human to enter space and astronaut during the historic Apollo missions, a group of independent commanders have teamed up for an Endurance Galactic expedition. The SHEPARD Mission, short for Stellar Heliographic Expedition for Proto-Astronomical Reconnaissance and Discovery, will observe, document, and collect 3 primary types of stellar measurements: star composition and clustering, discovery of unknown supernova remnants, and star triangulation and migration. The SHEPARD Mission is composed of 5 legs covering 37 waypoints and 12 base camps across the Centaurus Reach, the Scutum Centaurus Arm, the Styx, and the galactic core. SHEPARD will also feature super high-resolution deep image scans, an SRV planetary circumnavigation endurance race, and a climb to the top of the galactic ceiling using newly discovered pulsar FSD boost technology. Our mission is to obtain scientific data in 3 ways. First, scan the stars of over 10,000 plus systems to collect data on star migration and composition, to understand relationships between star locations, movement, and clustering around galactic arms, including detailed surface scans of hyperfast rotating planets and stars. This information will be cataloged with the Galactic Mapping Project through EDSM, the Elite Dangerous Star Map. Second, collect and collate information from over 30 planetary nebula and supernova remnants to discover new unexplored and unknown planetary nebula, in particular in the relatively unexplored regions on the far side of the galaxy, such as the galactic aphelion, the bleak lands, the Styx, and Boreas. Third, perform a super high-resolution deep image scan of visible light from 3 distinct and distant locations across the galaxy to triangulate stellar formation and movement. This information will be trilaterated with EDSM.
SHEPARD is broken up into 5 distinct legs, varying in duration from 2.5 weeks to 8.5 weeks. Featuring 7 waypoints, Leg 1 of the SHEPARD mission is a 2.5 week long, local detailed scan of observable galactic anomalies. It is the aim of Leg 1 of the mission to gather precise data obtainable through detailed surface scans of nearby nebula and star systems. Leg 1 will feature accumulation of data on extremely large red giant stars, nebulae clusters around Barnard's Loop, and an exhaustive examination to deep blue planetary nebula. Leg 1 will start at our departure system, Sol, and will immediately visit 2 of the largest red giant stars visible from an inhabited space, Betelgeuse and VY Canis Majoris. The next stops include the nebulae cluster around Barnard's Loop, including Orion, Running Man, Flame Nebula, and Messier 78. After Barnard's Loop, the mission will cross through Centaurus Reach, visiting 6 planetary nebulae before stopping at the Eta Carina Nebula. At the end of Leg 1, en route to the Scutis Centaurus arm through and across the Dryman Ridge, pilots will perform the first of 3 deep image scans of the galactic core from Basecamp number 3. Leg 2 of the SHEPARD mission is a 40,000 light-year peregrination along the length of the Scutum Centaurus arm. The primary focus of Leg 2 is to explore the death and creation of new stars through a thorough stellar analysis of key neutron star fields, white dwarf nurseries, and black hole clusters. It is the aim of this segment of the mission to analyze known stellar assemblages while discovering new clusters of hyperactivity not observable from inhabited space. Leg 2 also features an SRV planetary circumnavigation endurance race from pole to pole of a small planet only 10 light seconds from its parent star. The strip of the Scutis Centaurus arm that SHEPARD will traverse is relatively dry of known points of interest, with the exception of a few large nebula. This is partially because this region of space is so large that it has not been mapped very well, which is one of the reasons SHEPARD is going along this route. The Scutis Centaurus arm, however, is incredibly rich with black holes, neutron stars, and undiscovered white dwarfs, as well as the rarer Herbig AE/BE stars. After cataloging thousands of systems along the Scutis Centaurus arm, we will stop at waypoint 13, crossing to the Sagittarius Carina arm through Tyros Ridge. Before making the final push to the desolate regions around Beagle Point, the second of 3 deep image scans will be performed at waypoint 14 at the edge of interstellar space. At the start of the Roncevaux crossing, more than 55,000 light-years from Sol. Leg 2 culminates at the Beagle Point system, the historically distant point in our galaxy. We will spend a total of 7 days in this region of space, known as the Solitude Void, including Christmas Day at Beagle Point. Leg 3 of the SHEPARD mission is the most difficult to plan for, as it will be the portion of the journey most isolated from inhabited space. The aim of Leg 3, therefore, is to gather information from over 10 nebula on the far side of the galaxy. As information on this gaseous nebula is difficult to obtain from the civilized sector, detailed scans of numerous star systems within these nebulae provides crucial information on the formation of the Milky Way. Leg 3 begins with a trip down Route 33 into the region of space simply known as the Abyss. We will then travel to the nebulaic cluster of 7 nebulae in the inner Perseus arm within the larger Perseus stem. Waypoint 22 marks the start of a dramatic climb to the galactic ceiling using the newly discovered pulsar FSD boost technology. Once at the galactic ceiling, the pilots will perform the third and final super high resolution photographic deep image scan. Once all 3 of these have been gathered, the final image will be a 3-dimensional representation of the galaxy, tracing different patterns of light through stellar remnants and movement. The end of Leg 3 features stops at a white supergiant, a black hole planetary nebula, a system within binary Herbig AE/BE stars, and our first waypoint to the galactic core, a stunning supernova remnant with a neutron star. Leg 4 of the SHEPARD mission is a detailed reconnaissance and observations in the galactic core. The gathered information will be collated with data collected from larger nebula in the region that have formed around the core. This leg of the mission will feature visits to 15 newly formed planetary nebula. Waypoint 29 of SHEPARD is at the system known as the Great Annihilator, which is a system with 2 binary massive black holes. The final waypoint of Leg 4 will be reached on April 7, 3303, Sagittarius A. Sagittarius A is a supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way. Only theoretical speculation during the 20th and the 21st centuries, SAG-A was first discovered, observed, and explored by a human in late November 3300 by Commander Zulu Romeo in his Explorer class Cobra Mark III. Leg 5 of the SHEPARD mission is planned to collect extensive information on over 2,000 star systems to coalesce stellar knowledge into a cohesive database. This leg of the mission will feature many young nebula and young stars and will culminate in the final waypoint, Veil Nebula West, and arrives back at Sol on May 5th, the same day that Alan Shepard reached low Earth orbit for the first time. Leg 5 will feature 7 primary waypoints and 1 optional waypoint. An allowance of 8 days is provided between waypoints 33 and 34 of the Norma arm. This time can be used to visit Jock Station and surrounding systems, or a 6 black hole system nearby in the Festival Grounds region. The fleet will reunite in the sidereal wall with stunning views back toward the galactic core. After crossing the Scutum Sagittarii conflux, waypoint 36 will provide breathtaking views at CSI 19 Nebula, a unique planetary nebula with a Wolf-Rayet primary star. On May 5th, 3303, the fleet is encouraged to meet together in the Sol system upon return to upload our computer data from the trip and enjoy a few cold beverages in celebration of the completion of what Alan Shepard began more than 1,300 years prior. While one may find similarities in some destinations, the SHEPARD mission is longer in duration than its predecessors, the Distant Worlds Expedition and the Galactic Nebula Expedition combined. That being said, the planning for SHEPARD would not have been possible without the courageous efforts of explorers on said missions. Like Apollo to Gemini and Gemini to Mercury, space exploration truly embodies a standing on the shoulders of giants. This is no small task. Your knowledge, your strength, your endurance will be tested. Godspeed.
If you liked this video or enjoyed its contents, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Or better yet, just recommend and share it to someone you might think would also enjoy it. Until next time, this is Cmdr Parabolus, signing off.